Watchdog Alert System Emergency Notification Procedure Training for the Activation Team. The Watchdog Alert emergency phone number is 903-229-3058. The Watchdog Alert System phone is answered by Margaret Alfaro or Nancy Cheney, who will send a Watchdog Alert System message in the event of an emergency. Blackboard Connect phone number is 1-888-360-2155. In the event that Margaret or Nancy are unavailable in an emergency situation, any activation team member can call this number to send an emergency message. Critical groups: the activation team and the executive authority. The activation team is a select group of Navarro College administrators. Any activation team member may be called upon in the event of a Navarro College emergency. Staff could contact any activation team member if an emergency is occurring on campus. The executive authority: select members of the Navarro College executive leadership team. They determine a message to be sent in the event of an emergency. They give specific directions to the activation team member, and they determine who calls the Watchdog Alert System phone, marketing, and the physical plant if needed. What should an activation team member do in the event of any emergency on any Navarro College campus? Number 1, call 911. Number 2, remember your QED. Remember as an activation team member to stop the threat if you have the capacity to do so. Also remember, if you are incapacitated, give instructions to a reliable staff member to contact another member of the activation team. QED. Question, executive authority, and directions. This is the process that any activation team member should use when an emergency is happening. Number 1, question. Question your caller. Has the caller identified themselves? What exactly happened? Has 911 been called? Where did the incident occur? Did the caller witness this incident? If not, who did? How severe is the incident? A note to the activation team member. Determine the recommendation that you will make to the executive authority team. Remember, is it run, hide, fight, lock down, lock out, evacuate, or shelter in place? Number 2, E, the executive authority. Contact the executive authority by calling and or texting them. Please consider adding all executive authority team members to a group text. This will allow you to send out a message to all individuals at one time. Members of the executive authority team include the district president, the Ellis County president, the vice president of academic affairs, the vice president of enrollment management, the vice president of student services, the vice president of finance and administration. An activation team note: identify yourself as an activation team member when calling the executive authority. Listed on this slide is the executive authority contact information, starting with our current president, Dr. Sanchez, then Dr. Martin, Dr. Carol Haynes, Miss Sina Reese, Miss Marianne Haley, and Teresa Thomas. It is important that an activation team member adds each individual contact to their phone and creates a group so that, again, in the event of an emergency, you're able to send out one quick text message and everyone is notified at one time. Directions. Number 1, explain the incident to the executive authority team member. Listen for their directions. The executive authority team member will make the following decisions. They will decide what message to be sent, who calls the Watchdog Alert phone, who will contact the Department of Marketing and Public Information, and who will contact the physical plant if needed. A note for the activation team member is to take and communicate directions. Under directions, we're going to give a little bit more detail just so that it's clear what the activation team member should do and what they should listen for. Number 1, in deciding the message, be concise. Think, what is immediately critical to protect our students and our community? And remember that a follow-up message will be sent. Number 2, determine who will call the Watchdog Alert phone. The executive authority will determine who will call the Watchdog Alert system phone. That phone number is 903-229-3058. Please remember again that Margaret Alfaro or Nancy Cheney will send the message via Blackboard Connect. That message will go out via text, phone number, and email. Number 3, who will contact the Department of Marketing and Public Information? Call and text Miss Stacy Sipes. Her phone number is 817-821-3655. Remember, Marketing and Public Information, Miss Stacy Sipes, will be the spokesperson to all the media in the event of an emergency. Remember to refer all media inquiries to her. And number 4, who will contact the physical plant if needed? Call and/or text 903-654-3750 to be in contact with Mr. Carl Humphreys. Mr. Carl Humphreys should be contacted in the event that an outdoor warning system should be activated. QED overview for an activation team member. Number 1, Navarro College community will witness an incident and call 911. They then report the emergency to the activation team. The activation team will question the caller and determine the severity, and then communicate the emergency to the executive authority team. The executive authority will determine the message to be sent, they will give specific directions to the activation team member, and they will determine who calls the Watchdog Alert system phone, marketing, and the physical plant if needed. Then the activation team will take directions as determined with the executive authority, stay in communication with the executive authority, and inform the Watchdog Alert phone to send follow-up communication as needed. The activation team summary. Remember, call 911. Then remember your QED. Question the caller. Gather as much information to communicate to the executive authority team as possible. Contact the executive authority team to determine the message to be sent. Send a text to the executive authority team and begin calling with the district president and working your way down the list. Give and take directions as determined by the executive authority team.